Imagine coming across a $2 bill and not thinking that it was rare, and then you went ahead and spent that $2 bill. Later to find out it was actually much more rare and valuable than you actually thought. Well, things like this happen every single day, and if you watch this short video, you're never going to question your $2 bill value ever again. Let's just go ahead and hop right into this video with this first $2 bill that sold for $1,560. Now let me start off by saying this. $2 bills are still being printed to this very day. That's right, guys. The United States Bureau of Engraving and Printing prints these $2 bills and puts them out into circulation. If you don't believe me, just go to your local bank and ask them if they have any $2 bills or if they could order you some brand new $2 bills from the BEP. Now, getting $2 bills ordered is a bit more challenging and not all banks will be able to do this for you, but the reality is these $2 bills are mostly not as rare as you might think. Whenever I come across $2 bills, I make sure to look for these key indicators I'm going to show you in this video, but I personally will spend them as tips or if I'm going to the grocery store, and people usually lose their mind when I give them a $2 bill. Now, why did this $2 bill sell for $1,560? Well, it's quite simple. When it comes to the value of your $2 bill, you want to be looking for a few key features. One of them is going to be the condition. Now, I'll be very brief here, but essentially your $2 bill should have no folds, no tears, no damage, no pinholes, nothing on the bill. That's going to increase the value of the bill because the condition's going to be nicer. Now, when it comes to grading your $2 bill, 70 is the highest grade you can get. This one did get the 70 grade. Now, how do you get 70? Okay, so if you have no folds on your bill, that means you can get a 60 to 70 grade. Anything below a 60 means that there is a fold on the bill somewhere. Even if it's a tiny little corner fold that hits the design, that would still qualify as a 58 AU, which means about uncirculated. So how do I get the 70 grade, you may be asking? Well, it's quite simple. You want to make sure that your bill has no folds and the centering of the margins are very nice. The more centered the margins are, the higher the grade can go. This example, you can see that white border on the front and the back of the bill is nearly perfectly centered. That allowed this bill to achieve the 70 grade and sell for $1,560. So if you have a bill like this one, you want to be looking for a nicely centered bill with no folds on it whatsoever. As soon as you have a fold on it, the centering does not really matter at all. Moving right along to this bill, you can see the centering of this one is not that great. You can see the margins at the top and the right are much larger than the bottom and the left. But this one still sold for $1,680 because it is a rare serial number. So this is what we call a low serial number. It is a serial number 4 and it is a star note. So what a star note is, to make a long story short, essentially during the printing process, the BEP will produce extra notes in case there is a mistake during the printing run, whether that is a damaged sheet of bills or some sort of error or mistake that happened during the printing process. Star notes are rare and they can be valuable, especially on low serial numbers like this one that sold for $1,680. $2,040 for this 2003 $2 bill graded by PMG at a 66. Now this one is what we call a nearly solid serial number. So you've got a bunch of 9s and then an 8 at the end there. So if this was solid number 9s, it would have sold for a lot more money than $2,040. But the funny thing about this example is that PMG accidentally attributed it incorrectly. Binary serial number is when a bill has 1s and 0s in it. This one has 9s and 8s, so it is not necessarily a binary in that regard. This one is nearly a solid number 9 serial number and it sold for $2,040. 3,600 buckaroos for this $2 bill. Now, the serial number here may not look very rare or very valuable. However, if you pay close attention, you can see that this is what we call a descending ladder serial number. So the serial number goes from 9 all the way down to 2 in descending order, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. That is not a broken ladder. It is a full descending ladder serial number, and that is why it sold for $3,600. All right, this next one, the lower the serial number you have, the more rare, the more valuable it is going to be. This example, even though the centering is very poor here, there is still not a single fold on this bill. It sold for $6,000 because of that very rare serial number 2 that you see right there. Once again, it sold for $6,000. If you have any of the bills that you saw in this video, make sure to contact a rare paper money expert because they're going to help you attribute the value to your bills. Don't get scammed. Don't get ripped off. Do not bring your bill to a pawn shop. They will take you for your money. Be very careful out there, guys. Do your homework, do your research before you go ahead and sell your bills. We do hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Make sure to hit that like button and we will see you guys in the next one.